Hello everybody, get off my lawn cards. I'm Dan, welcome in. And today was day 3 from the National in Rosemont. And it started out with kind of a hilarious story that I read on Twitter as we were driving up to the National. And I'll put it on the side here. You don't mess around with the traffic cops that are in front of the Rosemont Center. They will put you in your place. And so we all had a laugh in the car over this story. And so what I did today was just kind of take you through a lot of the auction houses and really just kind of big time expensive stuff that you can find at the National. Now, granted, you can hit 10-cent boxes and dollar boxes and $5 boxes all day long if you want. But if you want to see some really, really unbelievable stuff, the National is also the place to come and see it. And so I'll show you some of those things. There's some basketball and some amazing wrestling stuff. If you're a wrestling fan, you're really going to like some of the stuff that I filmed. Game used jerseys, unbelievable stuff anyways. I also went to the eBay Live booth, mostly just get off my feet for a while. You're going to see footage of Emmitt Smith at the National, which is awesome. And also Dylan Harper, who played on the San Antonio Spurs that were on the NBA Finals, along with the CEO of eBay that was sitting to his left. So you're going to see that as well. I'll take you through my pickups. I went autograph heavy in the afternoon, actually. And then I'll just kind of wrap it up at the end. Okay, day 3. Just got in the building. Main floor is behind me. Line that stretched probably for a quarter mile for general admission people to get in. And so we're going to take a look today. We're going to look at all kinds of different things. Try to look at some exotic stuff today. High dollar stuff that the auction houses are putting up. So let's take a look. This is the Leland's auction house. Some pretty rare things. Mantle autographs. Thurman Munson autograph. Plural. Jordan stuff, Jordan autographs.
I think it was. That's such a great card. Yeah.
Right foot and center. All you, man. All you.
Dylan, welcome to the street, my man. You're doing a great job. You want to give out one of these packs? Pick any one of these people. Who do you want to give a pack to?
All right, my pickups for the day. Like I said, I didn't buy a ton of cards today. I did buy some autographs today. I'll show those at the end. I picked up a bunch of cards second half of the day. Just the craziness of the day. It's hard to get into tables sometimes. Hard to get into boxes. I did pick up a couple odds and ends. Yannick Niederhauser, Bowman Chrome, Refractor, I believe it is. It's one of those red rookies that was eligible for a Rookie of the Year award. Came in Malawak, same thing. He had a pretty good summer league, I believe, as well. A couple of the Blue X Fractors. Some Behringer. Cedric Coward. Big on Cedric Coward. I hope he doesn't let me down. I'm not really sure why I bought this, but Shaq is kind of gaining some momentum. And I bought the first overall draft pick, which is a little rarer than the trade one. This actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. Bought a Kristaps Porzingis Prism Silver. These were back in the day where silvers were pretty rare. He's with the Warriors, I believe. We're going to see if he can stay healthy. That's big. And I did buy a 101. This is a Tony Kukoc 101. And it is from National Treasures Basketball. Black plate, 2018-19. And, $20 for a 101. That ain't bad. And, Tony Kukoc, Hall of Famer. One of the all-time great international basketball players we've seen. So I paid about $50 for the stack. Today, in the deals I made, I saved $75 just by making offers. And this one lady I bought autographs from actually cut $25 from my bill without even me asking. Now, I made the worst purchase I made so far at the National was I bought these two cards for $40. And this card, the Garnett, is actually very nice. I have no trouble with that. National Treasures, game used, numbered to 50. I'm a big Garnett fan. No problem with that card. Unfortunately, it's like with this card, Topps Chrome rookie. If something's too good to be true, it usually is. And this, if you take a look here at the top, it looks like it just got ran over by a car. It's all speckled. The back, which I just totally missed, has creases in it. So I just shake my head at this buy. Dumb. Dumb. Something too good to be true, it is. It's something I might put on eBay for $20, just saying, hey, if you want a Durant Topps Chrome, just to sell, get out of it. That's probably what's going to happen. So, dumb buy. But you're in a rush, you're buying stuff, and you kind of trust a little bit. I don't blame the seller at all. They should have maybe had a disclaimer saying damaged. But my first deal of the day were these cards. This is a Andrei Kirilenko Legends of the Draft. This is a low-numbered card from back in the day. 18 out of 50. It's from 2004-05. Game-worn jersey. I liked AK-47. Here's a Glenn Rice from Fleer. I can't remember the name. Sorry for the delay here. Fleer Focus. Big Glenn Rice fan. I have a PC of Glenn Rice. This one also numbered to 300. It's from 2000 or 1999, 2000. I mean, back then they didn't have a lot of numbered cards. Here's Larry Bird Classics. I really like this brand. I did buy a hobby box of this back in the day. Didn't get much out of it, but it is numbered to $9.99. I like numbered Larry Bird stuff. Here's LaMarcus Aldridge Crusade. This is really sharp dual jersey. I really liked this brand back then. Just awesome looking brand. And it is number 299. Last card I bought was a Spencer Haywood in this group. Spencer Haywood autograph. Number to 1179. This is a very weird set from back in the day, Top Signature. They basically had all these signatures they had to dump, stickers. So they just, like this one was numbered to 1179. There might be another one numbered to 3233. Or just weird. It's one of the weirdest sets of the last 25 years, this Top Signature. But I got all these for, the sticker was 25. The guy gave them to me for 20. $5 a piece. So, like I said, those are the people that say like, oh, dealers don't negotiate, they don't make deals. I've never been to the National. My buddy and my brother, we all got money off today. All right, a couple bigger cards. This is a Giannis rookie. I think his stuff is really kind of down right now. He had a weird year last year, injuries, trade rumors. I bought this select rookie for $80. I think it's a good deal. Could be gradable. I have to take a little closer look. I sure hope it ain't like that Durant Chrome. I took a closer look at this one. But for $80, I think that's good. The big card, this was one of the cards on my list. Charles Barkley rookie. I had a 7 in mind, but the 8 is what I went with. I paid $400 flat for it. Which, 6% off, that ain't nothing. The thing about like buying cards at the National, this is one, just an opinion of mine, is that bigger cards, if you can make a little bit of a deal, you're going to save on, taxes. You're going to save on shipping stuff. The possibility it doesn't get to your house. So, like, if you can negotiate a little bit, the seller doesn't want to ship it because they got to pay fees and all that stuff, and fees are going up all the time. So, deals can be made. Deals can be made. You can't go to this guy and go, hey, I'll give you $300 for this card. What would you say? You'd say probably get bent. They would say it too. So, this was my big purchase. Barkley rookie. I've wanted one for a little while. National's a good place to buy those. In the afternoon, I did not buy a lot of cards. Things were busy. My legs were getting sore. It is day 3 being on the cement. But I did find some autographs. And one of them was another card that was on my list. Here is a Prism Rick Barry autograph for $20. Didn't negotiate on this one. Sticker, but one of the top 50 players of all time. He was terrific. He was recently in an ABA documentary on Prime. I think that's a really good card. He's very undervalued for a guy that was as good as he was. These next 3 cards I bought from the same table. I bought a Mickey Lolich Golden Age autograph on card. This is a guy that won 3 games in the 68 series for the Tigers. Terrific pitcher. $10 for it. Actually, I bundled this, and the lady actually gave me a bunch off that plus these next 2 items. I think this was one of the best deals that I have had at the National so far. I bought a Lawrence Taylor autograph, and it is JSA authenticated. This person had a ton of like postcards, autograph stuff. This Lawrence Taylor, absolute steal. 2 minutes after I left this booth, I saw a picture of his autographed, $180. But this is $40 and it has a certification. So the Lolich, the Lawrence Taylor, and another thing on my list was try to get a Nolan Ryan autograph card. But instead what I bought was an autograph postcard. It's based on the event of his throwing his 5th no-hitter. And you can see the stamp on it. This is another one that is certified, JSA certification. You can see the sticker right there. And so I jumped at this opportunity. This was actually my best deal of the day. You know, these three added up to $125. I didn't even negotiate. The lady said, well, I can give it to you for $100. And I said, I will accept that. So just a really nice autograph. I have a Walter Payton type of one of these as well, certified. You know, as long as it's got the cert, it's fine. Last thing I bought this before these autographs. I bought, I don't know how well this is going to show up. I bought a Hubie Brown autograph for $30. And this one is JSA certification. I know Hubie Brown's autograph. I have an autograph of his at home. To a basketball clinic I went to. And Hubie's just one of those guys, as a basketball coach, one of the greatest teachers of the game. And so getting a Hubie Brown kind of in action coaching was awesome. And for $30, can't beat that. This guy also had a really nice autograph kind of poster that I didn't screw up on, but it was huge. It was like 14 by 18. And it was the 1982 Lakers, which is Magic Johnson's first championship. And it had autographs by Kareem, Magic, Norm Nixon, Jamal Wilkes, a couple others I can't remember. But they wanted like $299. I didn't want to carry it around all day. So I just said, well, I'll pick it up at the end of the day if it's there, and it wasn't. But, you know, it's one of those things that happens. You know, you have to buy it when you see it. I just didn't want to tote it around. That was kind of a special case. So those are the pickups. Pretty productive day. Didn't buy as many cards, but the autographs made up for it. A couple last things to wrap up the episode. We are waiting for our ride for my sister-in-law to pick us up. Traffic was just ridiculous today, and we're outside of a hotel, and a guy walks up to us that is famous if you're a wrestling fan. His name is Tony Schiavone. He is a wrestling announcer, does interviews. He worked for WCW back in the day. WWF he worked for a little while, and now he's working for AEW. He also has a podcast about wrestling, and he was just walking right up to us. He was walking to his car, and I stopped him for just a minute. I didn't want to bother him too much, but just a cool guy. He collects vintage baseball. I said, hey, you're going to be here just for the day? He goes, no, I'm going to be here for the weekend. So just a cool dude. His podcast is awesome. When I was laid off years ago, that podcast got me through some of that. They're just funny. His co-host, Conrad Thompson, just really good. We went out to eat tonight. We went to a restaurant that's kind of nostalgic for us. When we first started coming to the National, we stayed at a hotel about 3-4 miles from the Rosemont Center, and it had a restaurant. Basically, you could throw a rock and hit it from the hotel. It's called Tiffany's Restaurant. And so we go there. We were laughing today. I said, well, you know, the restaurant ain't much, but it's our damn restaurant. And the service was a little shaky, and you know, sometimes they get your order wrong and stuff, but it's just kind of fun. It's just nostalgic for us to eat at Tiffany's. When we first started coming down here, it was close, you know. So, but they had pretty good food actually. We just laugh about all kinds of stuff. It reminds us of the Seinfeld restaurant where the Paco is putting like a rubber band in the soup or something. It's kind of like, it's almost like that. So that wraps up day 3. I mean, just busy. If you've never been to the National, it goes by super fast. You know, my brother, Alaska Sports Cards, was talking about that in the car. This is already day 3 that's done. You know, we got Saturday, maybe half day Sunday, and we're out. And it just goes by really fast. So until next time, Ketos, thank you. Like, subscribe. Big shout out to all the people that are watching the videos. I really do appreciate it. It's awesome. And we'll see you down the trail.